What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Locked In with Trey. And today we are going to talk about 4 ways that you can start your dreads. If you're beginning your dreads or if you're thinking about starting your dreads, we're going to talk about those 4 ways. And it consists of a curl sponge, a towel, a comb, and your hands. So, hey, which one is it going to be? Which one? We juggling. Which one? Stay tuned. Now, the first method we're going to talk about is the classic comb coil method. This method you'll find being used the most at a loctician or a beauty salon or anything like that in that era. When you first see people starting out their locks, you usually see the little comb coil, locks when it's going back. They have them all laying back. And the way they do it is they take sections of your hair with oil or any water-based product and they grab it, run it through your hair, pull, twist it. I'm not a loctician and I didn't use this method, but you can see a whole bunch of videos on how to do it. But usually what they do is they grab the...
Dang, I almost stabbed myself with it.
But anyway, what they do is they grab pieces of your hair, sections of your hair, and they pretty much put the product in and they twist the comb and pull your hair, and it can turn out like this picture right here. So if you like the comb coil method, hey, give it a try. It's more clean looking, it's more maintained looking. If you're around a loctician or around somebody who knows how to do hair, usually they'll suggest maybe a comb coil method because it's clean and all that, and they know how to do it real good. So hey, if you like the comb coil method, try it out, but it's not for me. The next method you can use to start your dreads, and I would say is probably the more popular one, is the curl sponge. Now this curl sponge I got from Amazon, and this is what I used when I first started my dreads. I throw up a picture. I've thrown this picture up so many times, y'all probably used to seeing it by now, but that's what I look like using this right here. It's a 2-sided sponge. It got the big hole, and then it got the hole with the little bumps and stuff all over it. But I always use this flat side right here when I started because this side, I don't know, it just looked weird and it feel like just something you can grip and boom, boom, bow. But hey, comment down below if you use this side of the sponge and not the flat side, because, I've never used this side. I always stay with the flat side. But anyway, using the curl sponge is probably hands down one of the easiest ways to get your hair sectioned out, and it's a little bit more maintainable than the last 2 methods that I'm gonna show you because it's consistent on how spaced out and sectioned off it is. So hey, if you like sections, if you like being able to go at it, you know what I mean, in the circle of motion anytime you get ready to or you want to and not have to pull out a whole bunch of product, the curl sponge is the way to go. If you like, some of that freeform look but not too crazy, this is for you because you can rock curls with it at first if you want to get used to it, but then whenever you want to go into the dread stage, you want to go a little harder and deeper into your scalp and it'll section off real nice. And that's what you want if you are somebody who wants their locks to be sectioned off and somewhat maintained and have that maintained look but not all the way maintained like the comb coil method. Hey, curl sponge is the way to go. Amazon, go get you one. Hey, it's self-explanatory. It's a sponge with holes in it. Rub it on your head, get you some dreads. I'm gone. The next method you can use to getting you some dreads is the towel method, the towel rub method. Now, I've never done this. I only use towels to wash my face and my booty in that order because I don't want to do it in the other order because that's just nasty. That's just nasty. Now that we got that out the way and established, anyways, the towel rub method is a method that's just like the curl sponge method. You can go counterclockwise and clockwise, you know what I'm saying? I hope that's right. To me, that's right. So, hey, counterclockwise, then clockwise to y'all. This will be clockwise, and this is counterclockwise to y'all, but not to me. So get off my case. The towel rub method is a good method if you like that natty look, you know what I mean? It's still kind of sectioning you off a little bit, and the dreads may come out a little bit thinner and have that, cool looking, dangly, tentacle looking look that people like to rock. Hey, if you like that look, the towel rub method is for you. Now, I'm not saying you can't get it with the sponge, but the sponge is more sectioned. The holes are a lot bigger unless you get the small holes. But the towel rub method, it grabs pieces of your hair, not in any order. It's not order at all. Like this right here, this has order to it. This has order. You get what you get. Your hair is gonna look like this. You put this on your head and start rubbing, your hair is gonna look just like this, standing up. But if you put this on your head and start rubbing, it's not gonna look uniform like that. It's not gonna be like that. It's gonna be some big over here, some small over here, nappy over here, bird's nest over here.
And you just gotta keep rubbing, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta keep rubbing.
But like I said, I've never used the towel rub method. Comment down below if you've ever used the towel rub method and tell us how it turned out for you. Because me, I can only speak for the people who's used curl sponge in their hands. But the towel rub method, it seems like it's working for people who try, people who don't have the money to get the curl sponge or go to a loctician and get the comb coil treatment done on their head. Hey, the towel rub, it's the way to go. You know what I'm saying? It's the way to go. And last but not least, like I said before, these bad boys right here. Your hands, grabbing hair with these things right here, then sectioning off your hair and, you know, making it look how you want. Now this is more of a maintained look like the comb coil, but it has that nappy look because you ain't using a whole bunch of products from your scalp to the very end of your dread like the comb coil method usually looks like. So you're gonna get a little bit of the comb coil and a little bit of the towel rub and mash that up together.
And you got these right here.
And what I mean by the best of both worlds is you'll have a little bit of maintenance and section off and clean looking from the comb coil, like, you know what I'm saying, the section off, the slick look and all that. But then you'll have a little bit of the towel rub thrown in there because your hair is sticking up. It's sectioned off, it look clean, but you look like Cynthia by the head from the Rugrats, the little white, little raggedy doll. That's you. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be looking like that if you use your hands. Now, there's ways around that by throwing on the do-rag, you know, wearing that for a few hours or going to sleep, waking up the next day, boom, boom, bow. You slept for like 8 hours and now your hair's laid down and you look normal again. But eventually they're going to start back rising up because that's the way you styled them. You took your hair, twisted it, sectioned it off with your hands with the product, and it's just, you know, you cactus head for a little bit. But it's okay. It is okay. And I know y'all like, hey Trey, didn't you start out with the curl sponge? Yes, I did. My first time I started my locks, I started out with the curl sponge and, you know, I was going with it. It was a cool look. It just wasn't the look that I wanted. I had a specific look that I wanted my dreads to look like, my locks to look like. So I took a few steps back, just a few steps. It was still at the beginning stages. So what I did is I hit my wife up and I was like, hey, section them off as thick as I want them. And that's another pro to using your hands, just like the comb coil method. When you go to a loctician, you can tell your loctician, hey, I want my dreads to be this thick. When you're doing them yourself and you're using your hands, it's just that way. You know what I mean? You can make them as thick as you want them. But when you're using a towel or a curl sponge, you get what you get. Too legit to quit. And you must. Bruh. But with your hands, with these hands, man, listen to it. Doesn't matter how thick you want them, how skinny you want them. Hey, sky's the limit. When you got your hands on your head and you're like, hey, I want it to be this thick and I want it to be sectioned off like this, you know what I'm saying? Hey, sky's the limit when you got your hands on your own head. When you're at a loctician, you're still at the will of the loctician. You can tell them, hey, I want it to look like this, but, you know, it's hit or miss. Even though you paying them money, it's still hit or miss. You'll have people that's like, hey, I got you. I know what you want. I got you. I hear you. I'm gonna hook you up. You want it like this picture? I got you. And then you see yourself in the mirror and you like, that's not this. That is not this. But see, that's what I'm saying. That's the benefits of using your hand, and let alone that, doing it yourself. DIY. Learn how to do your own stuff and you won't have to worry about including anybody else or having to depend on somebody to do your hair that may not be around all the time. So hey, learn how to do your own hair, learn how to do your own locks, and stay locked in. You feel me? You're gonna be locked in when you do your stuff. But anyways, guys and girls, that is it for this video. Comment down below if you started your hair any of these ways. Like if you have another way that you started your hair that I didn't name, I need to know, because these are the only 4 ways I know how to do it. Towel rub, sponge, comb coil, and your hands. So if you came out with anything else, let your boy know. Please, let your boy know. But anyways, guys, smash that like button and come join the team. Come join the family, because here on Locked In with Trey, we gonna drop bangers every week. You do not want to miss a thing. Back to back to back to back. Every week. Hit that notification bell. That way every video comes directly to your doorstep. And you already know what it is. It's your boy Trey Smith bringing you love, peace, and prosperity forevermore throughout your life. Don't you forget it. And I'll see you on the next video. Alright, peace.